How can you tell if porn is a problem in your relationship, or if you or your partner are just making it into a problem? Well, there are three main signs you need to watch out for, and I've got a great tool to help. So, I'm Dr. Abby Medcalf. If you haven't met me yet, I help people think differently so they can make real changes and be happy in all their relationships. So make sure you subscribe. I come out with new videos every week, and give a like to the video. So let's get to the three. Number one is preoccupation. Porn is a problem if one partner becomes preoccupied with it. So now the big question, what defines preoccupation? Well, it means they watch porn in such a way that it gets chosen over their partner, kids, family, work, obligations in life. If watching porn makes any of those areas of your life, less, then there's an issue. So an example might be if you're maybe working on a project at work, but you're taking like tons of porn breaks. I don't think your boss is paying you to watch porn. So having said that, if you're on your lunch break and you choose to masturbate to porn, have at it. But once the break is over, wash your hands, get back to work. Maybe you're at the park with your partner or with your kids, and you're sitting on your phone watching porn instead of interacting with the people you're with. Or maybe you do go to the park and play with your kids, but the whole time you're waiting for it to end so you can go home and watch porn. That's preoccupation. It could also mean you're losing track of time while you're watching porn, and then you're late to things, you miss things altogether, you decide not to go, or you don't have enough time to do something else well that you needed to do. You're cutting that short. All right, sign number two is keeping it a secret. Now, I don't announce to my man, hey, I'm going to watch some porn while you and the kids are out of the house. But porn isn't a secret either. If he asked, I'd readily tell him. And we certainly talk about it openly. So what I see happening over and over is that porn watching is kept a secret for two main reasons. One, it wasn't discussed before you committed to your relationship or marriage, and you think it'll just upset your partner, so you don't mention it. Or you're sure they won't like it, so you definitely don't mention it. So that comes up a lot. Or two, you did discuss it, and your partner isn't okay with it, and instead of working that out, you decided it's, hey, it's not hurting anybody. So you decided to keep doing it, even though you promised not to. And now you need to keep it, obviously, secret. So, in these cases, the porn is not what's unhealthy. It's the lack of honesty about your needs, your wants, and your willingness to lie to your partner and do something behind their back. That's not cool. Transparency, is really crucial in a relationship, especially when we're talking about emotional and physical intimacy and really being close. So. And the third thing to watch for that porn might be negatively affecting your relationship is if your in real life sex life is affected. So this can show up in a few ways. It might be not feeling satisfied with your sex life with your partner, or having it negatively affect your sex life in some way. Porn isn't real. It's a fantasy. So trying to duplicate something you've watched, or thinking that all women should be wet, ready, and have multiple orgasms, and all men should be hard all day, with no foreplay, that's a fantasy, not a reality. Another example of that would be if you were substituting sex with your partner with porn, or if sex with your partner doesn't feel as gratifying as porn, if you can't have an orgasm unless you're watching porn. All of these are all times that porn is in the way. It's getting in the way of this connection that I would hope you have with whoever you're having sex with. And sometimes that's related to you feeling shame or guilt after you watch porn, or if it's linked to feeling shame or guilt when you have sex with your partner. All of these are the three signs that porn is really probably hurting your relationship. And to me, I just want to say this in closing. If you're fighting about porn, it's a symptom, not the issue. In other words, if you scratch the surface, there's something else causing your issues. And a last takeaway would be that if you're unhappy about your sex life, talk about that instead of talking about porn. And if you're happy with your sex life, maybe it's time not to worry about porn at all. If you want to really communicate better with your partner, I have a free communication toolkit for couples. It'll absolutely help you in and out of the bedroom. You can download that below. And other than that, just really remember to keep the lines of communication open. Again, I'm Dr. Abby Medcalf, and hopefully you'll come back and hang out with me again next week.